Are you wanting attention? I thought I'd do a little bit of a different angle today just because our tree is up and I think it's really pretty. But I wanted to tell you that they've had to make some changes to our upcoming cruise. So we recently had a hurricane in the area. Recently as in like a month or so ago. Not even, well, a couple weeks ago, I guess. And Hurricane Melissa. And this particular hurricane dwelled over Jamaica for quite some time. And it got really, really bad. And so with it being a Caribbean cruise, there's always the possibility of hurricanes being in the area. If you're ever planning a cruise in the Bahamas area, I would definitely look into the possibilities of them changing your cruise, whether it be canceling a cruise, postponing a cruise, ending a cruise early, or delaying one. Because honestly, there are so many different ways that they can do it. I have seen cruises disembark late, like them not allow people to get onto the ship until later in the day and not leave until late at night. I have seen them end cruises early, like come in early, come back to port early. I have seen them do all sorts of different changes and things, and it's just one of those things where it's like, do your research. Stay in contact with guest relations, make sure your email is updated so that way if they have any changes that they might do, like for our cruise, they emailed us. So they emailed us. First we got an email saying, hey, because of all this stuff that went down with Hurricane Melissa in the Jamaica area, they're still recovering from that, and there's still relief efforts there trying to make sure that they're taken care of. Because of that, they are going to change our itinerary. So what they're actually doing is they're going to change, we're not going to Jamaica at all anymore. They've just decided to change it completely. And instead, we are actually going to go to Lookout Cay, which if you don't know what that is one of the new areas that Disney has rented, bought out, however you want to look at that, in the Bahamas. And it's basically like a Disney Bohemian, I think that's the right term, resort of sorts. They have like a whole beach area, they have a couple kids area. It's a gorgeous area, like absolutely gorgeous. Highly recommend you look into it. We have never been there before. We actually have booked another cruise that's going to Castaway Cay and Lookout Cay because we want to visit it, but now we get to visit it earlier than expected, which is actually really exciting. So the way that the process is going, and I'm sure that they're going to do it differently depending on any changes that you might be experiencing with your Disney cruise. The way that they were doing it for us is they said, hey, this is going to be happening. We're going to be changing it on this day to this day. They said that at first they said that there would not be a change to our itinerary plan, like our navigator app, until we got on the ship, on board, which I was kind of anxious and nervous about, but you know, not much you can do about it, right? Then we got an email yesterday, I think it was, that said, hey, we have made the changes in the itinerary plan on the app. That said, anything you have scheduled on, because it's basically we're switching a sea day for Jamaica. So our sea day is going to be earlier, and then our port day is going to be Lookout Cay a day later. So they're basically switching those days. So if, for example, we have the Princess Gathering booked on our sea day. So I was really concerned about that because I had to get up at the crack of dawn to book that thing. They've told us that Palo, the boutique, any spa things going on that day, Royal Gathering, all of that is going to be rescheduled on that sea day appropriately. So right now it says that we have Royal Gathering or the Princess Gathering booked for our Lookout Cay day, but they're going to change that, I think, at the end of the weekend. They said that they were going to automatically change that, and that if there were any other issues to contact guest relations. Personally, I like that they're all fixing it ahead of time because it means that you can start booking excursions for Lookout Cay earlier than later. Now, I don't want to get into Lookout Cay. That's going to be probably something for another vlog. Maybe when we do our cruise, I'll talk about that and the different excursions or the lack thereof that they have. But that is something to consider when booking your excursions and things. Now, as of right now, I believe when you book your excursions, you don't get charged until after you do the excursion, or after you do whatever it is. Like, for example, we're going to get pedicures, all 3 of us. You don't get charged until you do the pedicure, pretty much. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because that is something interesting that is changing and that we're really excited about. It's funny because we were having check-in issues, just completing our check-in. It kept not liking the cruise selfies that we were sending. So when you upload documents and things, one of the things that they want is like an updated picture that basically when they look up your profile, it has a picture of you. And it wasn't liking any of the selfies that we were giving it. It was like too dark, you know, there's another hand in the way, another person's in the way, whatever. And so we kept having to submit it. And when it said important information about your cruise, because that was the subject, I was like really concerned. I was like, what now? What did we do now? And then I read it and it was like, unfortunately due to, you know, the hurricane, and I got really nervous. And then at the end it was like, instead of going to Jamaica, you're going to Lookout Key. Yay. So in our, you know, unfortunately Jamaica's loss turned into our benefit. But again, like, we're very excited about this, and I'm so glad that it wasn't going to be something along the lines of like, oh, we're ending your cruise early or something like that, you know, because it could have been a heck of a lot worse. But hearts and prayers out to Jamaica as well. You were in our thoughts and prayers during the hurricane. I'm continuing to think about you guys. Hope you're doing well and able to recover smoothly, because besides the fact of damage from the hurricane probably caused a lot of loss, you're also now not going to be able to benefit from any of the cruises in the area that would come by and give you business. So that's extra loss on top of that. So thoughts and prayers for a smooth recovery for Jamaica, and we're excited to get to go to Lookout Key. We're very pumped, especially considering this is Stephanie's first Disney cruise, my bestie's first Disney cruise, and now she gets to go to not only Castaway Key but also Lookout Key, which again, Jared and I have not even been to. We're all very, very pumped and very excited. Stay tuned for a birthday vlog coming up soon. I'm not planning to go as many different places as I went last time. I unfortunately was not able to get a lightning lane for Cosmic Rewind, which I was very, very bummed about. But unfortunately, with that cast member admission, they only let us book lightning lanes 3 days out. And typically at that point, most people have made their lightning lane plans. So it's okay. It's all right. Maybe we'll go when we go to the holidays around the world, around Epcot. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. And oh yeah, and also stay tuned for our cruise vlog. Like we're gonna be doing a lot of vlogging actually, because of when we're leaving and then different things going on before we're leaving and then after we're leaving. And there's gonna be a lot of cruise footage all throughout Christmas, and I'm very pumped about it. So no matter when you're seeing this, happy holidays. Hope you're having a magical day. Yeah. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.